Hello and welcome to Highcast. We got a game from UGC North American Iron. These are two teams that's going to be duking it out here on CTF Turbine Pro Art C2. That is the map they're going to be playing. And already we've seen the red team finally deciding to get to middle eventually, but I guess they're going to go through the intel room. But already we had Android Hell here doing a bit of a ninja cap action here. Spy's going to be working away at him and taking him out as they approach the other base. D-Drum finally respawning, being healed by his medic, and eventually going to be moving out here. Bringing that Uber. Set phasers to pun, only 2 health. I'm going to be shooting away at this Pyro eventually. Goulian choosing to rock the Huntsman, of all things. Korb taking out Crimson with a nice little rocket here. And we have the engineer is actually going to be the one capping this, taking the first point. Of course, we have the teams are Reservoir versus Reservoir in the blue versus Kenny's awesome team. Good job on red here in Iron. I think that is as low as you get in the divisions, but these are the guys we will be seeing in the future. Maybe. So we have an engineer here building, opting to have, and he has a dispenser over there, so they're looking good. They're all going to be capping it a second time already, having that intel. So let's see. Currently, nobody's really contesting middle. It's like open for anyone who so pleases. We have Reservoir here, actually just chain capping a lot in their middle intel room here. And they said he's going to be checking away and doing some damage here, and then eventually the medic is going to drop it to the heavy, and then the heavy is going to drop it to the scout, and then the scout's going to run back and cap it once again. So as of right now, Kenny's awesome team, good job, really needs to cap this point. Girardi goes down, hits nothing. Bit of an unfortunate throw there. Sniper also hits the top. Ooh, here comes the Spy Man. Soldier sees him though, isn't able to get anything done, gets taken up, but he is a dead ringer. Do they know? Yep, they absolutely know. Here comes a Pyro. Gonna go in and burn a lot of stuff, but unfortunately gets taken out. Spy decloaks in the corner, disguised as a heavy. Tries to face stab, but can't really get it done, and then gets taken out, so no more Spy. Nice headshot from Splendid, taking out the medic as the medic decides not to move. D-Drum here going back out into the middle. They're currently down by 3 captures already. This scout here actually takes down the Fat Man from full health. People wanting a rematch apparently. Because these guys are the guys who trash talk a lot and don't say anything funny ever. Nice little reflect there. Unfortunately, gets taken out. The intel is still safe in the base here. He has a level 3 dispenser, and that's going to help him building that sentry up once again. So he's going to be engineering it up. Soldier comes in, delivers the intel, and that is 4 points to nothing. Here comes the scout. Let's see if the scout's going to be able to. Yep. It's like, yeah, I'm just taking this. That's cool. Yep. Just gonna grab that. Grabbing the health. Dodging some rockets. Dude, can't catch me because I am the gingerbread scout, and I can't die unless you shoot me. So finally, we see Kenny's awesome team. Good job finally getting the intel there. We got Sudi here in the middle, a bit of a sneaky spy. He is just gonna stand there. And then decloak where everybody can see him, apparently. Currently disguised as a sniper. I'm gonna be helping his team. We got the Yoshi here on heavy. So let's go over the rosters in the middle of a battle, and Ubers being popped and Spies attacking and whatnot. On the blue team, we have Reservoir consisting of Splendid as a sniper. We got Android Hell on scout. We got IEB on engineer. We got Shay on the medic. We got the Yoshi on heavy, Soggy on spy, Yelier on pyro, Little Baby Mr. Red on Demo Man. We got Kaoru, a Reservoir on Soldier. Yes, that is the roster for the Reservoir. And now, with sound back enabled, we are going to be able to do the roster of the red team, which is Kenny's awesome team. Good job. And Kenny's not here. So it's Kenny's awesome team, except he's not here. Maybe under another name, but then you should have changed the team name, maybe. Anyway, we got Crimson Simeon on Pyro. We got the Vic Vinegar on Demo Man. We got the guy we're watching now, Set Phasers to Pun on Soldier. Goulian on Sniper. They're rocking the Huntsman. We got Snoop's Lion X on Medic. We got D-Drum on Heavy. Nanashi on Scout. The best driving game ever! F-Zero on Spy. And we got Max.AV on Engineer. So that is the roster. Currently we had another capture for blue team here. And we have Yalu here hanging out with this Engineer just defending. And they can afford to be defensive now. They have a 4-point lead. But here comes the Uber from Reservoir in with the Soldier. This Sentry is in a really vulnerable location. Gets taken out. Oh, but Red Heavy takes on Blue Heavy. Soldier tries to get out of there, but you can get out of there. You're really low. Or can't really do too much red. And unfortunately, it doesn't grab the intel. Demoman comes in from the vent and just decides to put down a ton of sticky bombs around the intel. And then leave it completely undefended. And the Engineer's like, yeah, I might build a sentry in here. Just gonna build it here. Yeah. So now we have people respawning. We have a teleporter up that goes down here. Scout here, bunking it up. Can't hit him when he is invulnerable. Sentry's gonna be denying that, and the Engineer's like, yeah, totally fooled you. Gonna be wrangling the bunked Scout. As the Spy comes in here and fires a shot, and he's like, nope, nuh-uh. And then he disguises as an Engineer, making sure they see him. And this Engineer is shooting up here, and there's currently a sniper up there using the Huntsman, who's not gonna be able to do too much, as he's like, well, alright, let's peek. Oh! Sentry's still there. Excellent. So we have F-Zero here, gonna be checking away at this here. People using spines and spam commands and generally not being funny ever. And then we are in a bit of a stalemate situation here where both intels are in both bases, and let's see where everybody is at, because I have absolutely no idea. We got F-Zero here. Oh, they saw him. Going to be called in Girardi. He is currently running the Dead Ringer, but he doesn't activate it because maybe it was out of cloak, and he goes down to a bushwhacker whacker. Sniper's going to be watching here. The intel is still in their base, so let's see if we can get through this little banana area here. But Shay here, Nanashi taking down the medic with a little scout action here before still staying alive. We're not sure. Yeah, here's Nanashi doing a lot of work here as a scout. And gets taken up by another scout here. Crits has been popped for on D-Drum of all things. Maybe it was a force of sorts, but the medic still has full health. So Heavy runs around with his bot killer gun. He's like, yeah, let's attack at any point in time. They can do that. The Spy gets caught out. He's moving out with his bot killer around. Minigun. It's going to be taking away this portable ammo pack, of course, which is the Pyro. The ammo pack is over there, so you can just grab it whenever you are low on ammo. And now he's going to be taken up by the enemy Heavy, and the Snoop Leon X finally finds himself in a world of nothing, because he's just a bunch of Gibbs right now. So we got set phasers to pun, holding the high ground here. It's going to be firing at the other soldier. We're going to be chasing him, so we have some soldier-on-soldier action here. But unfortunately, set the rockets to fun is going to barely come out on top of that one with only 61 health. So nice little work there by him. So we have Goulian still running the Huntsman. Then he'll want to be hanging out at small choke areas, as the blue team already has the intel once again. Going to be capping that fairly quickly. And it's a first to 10 with halftime on 7 points. So we got Nanashi dropping the intel here and taking it up for 2 points for their team. So it looks like they're coming a bit back into the game now. They're holding middle. They've gotten the intel, so let's see if they're able to do something. However, Shay has a full Uber. But keep in mind, this map, Turbine, is pretty hard if you are not really familiar with, you know, higher levels of play. It requires a lot of strategy and a lot of teamwork. And then we can see that in Iron, it's a very hard map to play for both teams, because they don't really have that general feel of when to attack and when to defend. It's generally a lot harder than 5 CP maps. Spy here tries to go for space stabs, tried it 3 times, didn't work, and then he just shoots him, being at 8 health. Going to be doing a little drop here from the vents here, taking out the sentry, and this is going to clean up a lot of stuff, but unfortunately they lose their soldier. He gets a little bit too greedy, tries to grab the intel, but then the scout's like, yeah, whoop, I'm going to grab that. Oh, is he really going to, woo? Oh, you almost got through there, dude. If he gotten through that, I would have played Propane Nightmares for you. Unfortunately, that's not the case. So we have Crimson helping out the sniper, having flaming arrows, making sure that in the event that he accidentally hits somebody, they will be on fire. So you got the Yoshi here running up. Boop, doop, 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 boop, doop. Looking mighty ginger with his robot arms with no hands. He's currently using magnets to hold his gun up. And he doesn't really want to go in there. Sniper comes in, is going to fire an arrow that hits nothing. Soldier comes in, bombs in, gets the medic. And then it's taken up by Dart, hit by little baby Mr. Red underscore. And IEV actually moving up his sentry gun to a really vulnerable spot. And the scout picks up the intel, and if he didn't jump, the sentry wouldn't have shot him, I think. So, bit of a mistake there. Jumping doesn't always save you. Sometimes it actually gets you killed. We have Splendid here, nice headshot there. Doesn't really feel pressured by the other sniper. And he takes out the spy as well. It's a bit of a decloak. He heard it, but it was a friendly one, so it's fine. Set phasers to fun. We're seeing Kenny's awesome team here holding middle fairly well so far. The intel is dropped, however, in the enemy base here. Crimson doing a bit of a spy hunting action here. He's going to be chasing down the spy to middle, eventually then falling back. So usually we see some teams, they opt to just have the engineer cover the intel, and other teams we see them have the engineer and the pyro if they really don't want anyone getting it. So right now we're having a bit of a stalemate situation. They're just waiting for the intel to return, and then you will see the engineer moving his sentry gun back. But right now it's in a really vulnerable spot, because if the scout was just hiding, he could actually run through this little area and just run past spawn with this thing. So let's see if the resetup of the sentry is going to work. It puts the dispenser first, so that's fine. And then, alright, yeah, it's a sniper, don't worry about that. And the sentry's in a spot, and he is going to be moving it eventually. This is RC2, where they have like these boxes. He's not going to move the sentry, it's fine where it is. I guess FZ right here, decloaking, and cloaking, and then it's going to be decloaking very so loudly on the other team spawn here. Demoman in a nice spot here doing some sticky bombs. Really should have used the pipe launcher there to get some pipes in. He's being pressured by the spy hiding below this little elevator. He's out with the pan though, gets one pan hit. He's going to be chasing the spy, and then he realizes that he doesn't run as fast as spy, and the scout comes in and delivers a couple of neat shots to eventually finish him off as he finishes off on himself. Splendid here. Top of the staircase here, you're gonna be shooting down eventually. He sees a pyro, lands a shot on the pyro. That was a headshot, calling nice shot to himself, because that's important to do. And then he gets a headshot on two guys in a row, and he's gonna be feeling pretty good about himself. Like, oh, that wasn't a dead ringer. I actually got him, and you can just see on his face that he is smiling. You can't actually see his face because he has too many hats on. Now we have Snoop Dogg EX having full crits on their heavy. Their demo man is nowhere to be seen. Then Amaze's like, hey, let's go, man. Looking mighty swag. Gonna be popping the crits here. Gonna be chewing through, and this is there's a bunch of bombs here. You gotta watch out for those. But yeah, taking those out, and not a very successful crit. I must say that was really wasteful. They didn't have their demo with them. If they had a demo with them, you can just swap it over to the demo man. He would be able to do a lot more damage here. Middle fight coming on here. Blue tries to contest this, which is of course a Reservoir, but isn't quite able to do so as a pipe, sticky pipe goes flying. Scout picks up the health pack, and the middle is fairly empty once again. So right now we're watching the Yoshi cam as he moves out to middle here. They're going to be going for a little push here. Their medic has Uber. They're running a regular one. They don't have any fancy crit business. And Snoop Lion doesn't even have Uber at this point. So if they just at any point in time just decided to go, they could. They could just, whenever they felt like it, just attack with this Uber. They could. And instead they're going to wait and get killed by a spy. So waiting around is not really good if you're just waiting for somebody. So just take whatever you have and just go with it. And then eventually have the guy who's going to regroup with you pick up the pieces when all of you are pretty dead. So here's the Uber finally popped. They're like, yeah, we can just do this without the heavy, which makes me wonder why they waited, even though all their classes were there. So they have their most powerful classes with them, but it doesn't see the cleverly placed sentry here that isn't going to be taken out until he gets taken out by the sniper. So currently no defense here. The engineer uses up his crits as a spy in here, very neatly placed. It's in a really good spot here, but unfortunately, fortunately they clean up everything in the soldier and the scout. And a bit of a miscommunication here, who's going to grab what, and the scout's in Girardi, and he is running, man. And then the sniper's like, yeah, I'm going to pick up your health kit, so you're going to be really vulnerable. So he's going to be running back, running into a soldier, and then gets taken out. And then the other scout's like, oh shit! And we have a very interesting situation here where we have both intels together, and his heavy's like, oh, guess I might as well pick it up. And he's going to run forward and then get burned to death by this pyro. And the intel is closer, and this Devilman is going to sticky up the intel, and then the pyro's just going to walk on the bombs. And we have both intels here in a very peculiar position here, and the red heavy's finally going to pick it up. I'm like, yeah, well, time to go back to our base with that. And then the scout's like, whoop, I'm going to grab this. Can't catch me because I run faster than you, I'm a scout. And then the heavy's like, get back here, stay away from my scout friend. I'm going to shoot bullet. Yes, and that he did. So both teams are going to be capping it up here, getting another point for each of the teams, so respectfully. And the sniper keeps talking to himself, saying good shot whenever he... Yeah, it's like the kind of guy who gives himself high fives and stuff like that, just to feel himself good, to make himself feel good. Yes, English. So we have D-Drum moving out here with the crits, going to be working on this sniper here, taking him out. The Devilman is in a bit of a dangerous spot, and that is halftime. And we are back with the second half. Teams have been switched around, so currently red team, which is Reservoir, only needs 3 points to win, as the other team needs 7, I think, if I remember correctly. So already we have a middle engagement here. A bit more aggressive this round, as it looks like blue team came out on top of that one. Yeah, and they already grabbed the intel. Unfortunately, the red scout here, nice work actually getting past everything, and they have their heavy. Wow, bit of a really forward position there, and they can just actually mow through this, but the heavy he has want to go for having absolutely max health, absorbing that damage as much as he can, and then he's going to be moving up here with this soldier as we're looking through him through the world, and he's going to be grabbing the intel here with this medic, and eventually going to be moving back before he gets brutally murdered by a cluster of red people. But the soldier comes and gets off a nice couple of rockets here, taking out the soldier, and actually grabs it and then moves, and then he's going to die from the fire, but at least he got the clock reset, and he did a lot of work before he died, so that was an excellent soldier work here. The scout's going to come by. He will probably get this. Yeah, oh, but then he gets stabbed by F-Zero, the best futuristic racing game of all time. And then we have Phaser sets to pun. He's going to be guarding this, looking mighty swag with his mutton chops, and then the sniper is going to grab the intel and run in the opposite direction. Okay. Usually what you do is that you just go for the intel and then you ignore everything else and just move in the general direction. Nice work there by Nanashi, taking out that soldier. And Soggy here is going to be bothering this engineer, currently wearing the cloak and dagger, disguised as a pyro. So he's going to be decloaking. Not anytime soon, from the looks of it. Oh yeah, here he comes. Let's see how he engages this. He's gonna not do anything. And then the engineer sees him, and then he just shoots him. And he saps. And now he's in Girardi, now he's dead as shit. Well, that face. Oh, yeah, he pummeled into the concrete. Oh, that gotta look painful. Whew, scout battle in the corridor here. Who comes out on top? Android Hell taking out the soldier and the scout all by himself, being pretty boss. So let's see here. The intel is still in this banana area. Red team being unable to get it as their heavy and medic just respawning right now. We got Vic Vinegar currently on fire from a flame gun. It's gonna be shooting some stickies around a corner. There's nothing there really. The sentry's in a really safe spot. The engineer is just gonna go and be like, yeah, come closer, man. But unfortunately, his sentry is nowhere in a good spot where he can actually shoot people in the hallways. But they do have the intel, which is gonna cap this fairly quickly unless this Devilman can shut down the entire operation all by himself. Doesn't look like it, and only 2 points left until Reservoir wins, actually. So I guess Kenny's awesome dream team is feeling the pressure now. They're very far behind at this point in time. But there is, of course, 16 minutes to do this, so they need to have a killer defense and a killer offense in order to pull this off. Take a look here. F-Zero here, of course, dead ringing back into his own base, being pressured by the scout, and being fine for the moment. Splendid. The guy's like, yeah, I did great. I'm a good shot. Bam. Yeah, fine shot, man. Yeah, throw Girardi. And the spy hates him for it. Nice little sandwich here by Nanashi and Crimson, sandwiching the spy in that little vent area. That was excellent work. So scout on scout action here. One is on the high ground. One guy's like, nope, not gonna do that. And the other guy's like, yeah, let's go in the vents. And in the vents we have a soldier as well, and they're gonna be moving forward eventually. Going through the pipes here. Here he comes. But there's a sentry there, and sentries are known for being really good against scouts. So that face just a fun pun. Got taken out. So we have a bit of a stalemate situation here where nobody's really having any successful attacks, and that is mostly because they're scattered all over the place, both teams. The sniper's by himself, the scout's by himself, the skip's by himself, the sniper's by himself, the scout's by himself, the heavy's with the medic's with the heavy. And there's only those two together. They really should have the demo man and or soldier with them at this point in time. But this is not the case. Finally, the soldier's like, yeah, let's join up with the rest of my... Let's not join up with the rest of my team. Let's just go in here by myself. Yeah. And then it is like, yeah, okay, fine. Okay, I guess I'll go with you guys. Nope, I'm going to go. He's going to go to the vents. And then we have the other classes sticking together here, and the soldier isn't going to get anything done. But a nice try there by the sniper. Unfortunately, the soldier wasn't able to get anything done. Medic's hiding behind a corner. That's a bunch of bombs. You got to be careful about those. Nice roller, though. Takes out Gulian. No more sniper for blue team as they have the crit. So just at any point in time, they could just attack whenever they wanted. They could. But instead, they choose to go on events where crits is going to be the least successful. So eventually they're going to be moving through here. Oh, they're actually going to go through the spawn area and chew through a couple of kills there. But will it be enough? We have the spy respawning in a couple of seconds, and this is not the place where you want to have a spy behind you. Medic checks his back though, and this is an interesting engagement in the fact that the spy is going to come in and clean up the medic and clean up the heavy, and that was really predictable. Yeah, so not the best of choice there for the blue team. However, they did get the intel, even though they sacrificed most of their players. So red blue team dropping the intel, but it's fairly easy to get, and they're gonna have a big respawn wave coming in right now. So as long as they can defend this, they will be fine. As the other medic decides to just nick the intel as well. Yep, grabbing the intel. One is there, the other is there. Most of the blue players are dead again. There was some kind of battle going on here, but yeah, the demo man cleaning it up all by himself apparently. We have Vic Vinegar lagging, getting some nice pipes off here. Intel is being carried. Yeah, there is the cap for red team, and now only 1 point away from victory. So we will be seeing how this pans out. Currently, if I were to give any tips to these teams, it would be to stick together and have a plan. Because it seems like neither team does not have a plan at this point in time. So we got F-Zero here. He's going to be decloaking right behind the combo, making sure everybody knows he's there, but still gets the stab on Soggy. And then he's like, oh yeah, right, they remember I'm a spy. Well, maybe if I disguise myself as a scout, they won't know. Bum-ba-dum-bum-bum-ba-dum-bum. Moving up while people are busy. Gotta get this heavy because he doesn't check his back weight. He did. And then the sniper's gonna try and bushwhack out the heavy, but that doesn't work really well. And the spire's trying to get the medic, but gets mauled by this heavy, and this other heavy on heavy action who comes out on top. Well, the heavy not being on fire is the one coming out on top, and then he gets taken out by a scout. So a lot of exchanging blows here, as red is really far in the enemy base, and we have Splendid here. He's gonna be working away at this sentry if he so desired, but he is gonna run up here and be like, good shot, mate. Gonna be joining up here, gonna be whacking at the scout, and the scout's gonna be like, oh, I'm dying here, but I use bonk because I'm invulnerable at this point in time. Boom, 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 boom. Running back, defending the intel as a scout. And then we have Oh, they're actually sticking together this time. Ooh, they're learning. They're like AIs. They're learning. Gonna be moving forward eventually. At any point in time, you're going the wrong way. Okay. Well, this Pyro, they're also attacking the other intel. So it's gonna be a Pyro versus a Pyro and a Sentry. Sentry wins. So here is the push happening. A bunch of guys going down. Heavy is left. Gonna be chugging away at the Sentry. But here comes the Spy. Gets the Heavy and barely misses the Soldier. But the Soldier is low and he gets taken out by Nana. She's like, yeah, I'm just gonna kill you.
Easy operation.
And Soggy, uh-oh. Did they hear that? I don't think that. Nope, they didn't. They did not hear that. Here comes. Stab. Gets him. Picks up the intel. And then he realizes, oh, I can't cloak. Whoops. Yeah, battle the sniper while engine ready. That's a good plan. Yeah. And then he gets taken out. And the scout's gonna pick it up and gets taken out. And the Heavy picks it up and doesn't get. The scout's still alive. Some way, somehow, the scout eventually gets taken out. And the Heavy is really low. Drops it. The medic picks it up. He's gonna be healing the Heavy here. And that is gonna be GG if they cap this. I'm saying a big if here because this Soldier really doesn't want to do this. And they gave it to the slowest class possible. He was like, I'm not gonna capture this. I'm just gonna covering fire. Then he drops it to the medic, and the medic's like, yeah, and that should be the game. Yeah, GG. Reservoir winning the game 10-4. And here comes the spam, which they think is funny, but it's actually not. So if you have a game you want me to cast, send that to hightf2@gmail.com, or you can submit it to UGC directly. I think all team leaders should have gotten an email from the UGC admin saying that if you want your game casted, you can. And I will just grab it from there eventually. So this has been Reservoir versus Kenny's awesome team. Good job from UGC North American Iron on Turbine Pro.